Love 101, and it's now time for the mailbox.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man. I'm a man, I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes.
One on one. Ha ha. Guess what? We're there. Welcome to the mailbox, everyone. This is a program that every Wednesday at 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. we come and connect with you right here on Love 101, the family station. I am Courtney Morrison. Invite a friend, a man friend, a male friend, a man, a boyfriend, a father, uncle, or a cousin. Come on, tell them, say this is the program designed for men with guests who are men, hosted by men. It is now live. Come on, join us. Eh? Kev?
That's right, Courtney. Great to be with you, man from Warren Point in the Grill. This is October 13, 2021. I'm Kevin Bailey. Last week we connected with male nurses and Courtney. Oh gosh, it was a great time. But how was your week, Courtney? How was the week for you?
Oh wow, this week was hectic. Went down with members of the Ministers Fraternal down to Manchester. Father Mike Elliott, such a great man, was part of the Ministers Fraternal there here in Portmore, but he's now relocated to Manchester at the St. Mark's Anglican Church over there. It was a good day yesterday. Monday, went to the hill again. Went, after trying to keep up my fitness and thing and stuff. And this morning, a gentleman challenged me to 40 push-ups and I mash him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll look
no,
at thing the same way.
oh my gosh, he did 41.
Eh?
Oh God, no, you're doing great, man. I
How was it
must
for
say,
you though?
no, it has been very, very hectic. It's like work has tripled in the last 18 months. So, it's just a lot of work and so trying to balance and say no and it's so hard to say no but you have to look at self-care and balancing it. So it has really been very, very stressful, but again, very rewarding. So I give thanks for that. God is good, and we're seeing His hand working in marvelous ways in spite of the difficulties and the challenges. So we give thanks. We're very grateful, and I'm very grateful, Courtney.
Amen. And
Yeah.
Sam is good. Sam is the man. Muriel is good.
Yeah, what are doing good so far. Sam is over there in UK, and yes, he's a little freer this time. They're kind of reduce the restrictions and so opening up of canteens and gym and library, which is helpful for him.
Sounds like he can eat much more than he normally does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your family on your side, how they doing?
Well, my family seems to be doing a little bit better than we were in recent times. I hear that there are other family members here, and I think they'll be going on a trip tomorrow. So I suppose, them going to the beach, but you have to die over, don't it?
Not that I can tell you. So it goes, eh? Well, Courtney, we
We have to
continue.
welcome them. They're from Canada, so it's good to have them here in Canada. Joel and
Ah,
Giselle Panton, good to
wow.
have you here, and other family members.
Wonderful, wonderful. Bless up, and hope they have a great time as well. Well, as we continue to highlight our men, we continue to break stereotypes inside the mailbox. Today, we're looking at the male alumni breaking gender inequality in higher education. We have been hearing it, often that our men not doing so well as far as moving on, making the transition to tertiary institutions for further studies. Ladies certainly outnumber all men, but we are having men who are pressing on, being persistent, and having their goals and their desires. And so we want to showcase some of them. We have two of these gentlemen who we're going to be interviewing. And just because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, we're going to check up on their mental health as well. We have to find out how they're doing and if how the studies treat them, or where they're able to go through, and all with the COVID changes. We want to find how to manage with finances. Are these people wealthy and coming from wealthy background, and why did they pursue education? We want to learn some stuff from our young men. Hey, Courtney, we have some resilient young men in Jamaica land we love. We have some great men that we're so very, very proud of.
We have these wonderful young men with us without a shadow of a doubt. And
Yes.
there are those who are just making great strides. And we continue to highlight them here on the mailbox, because this is the program that empowers, uplifts, and encourages our men. And so we're today is our Alumni Day, National Alumni Day. And so we have two young men who have graduated. One, Martin Robinson. He is a university alumni, journalism major, political science minor. On the brethren, that man sound like him. I gotta do some political things and write about it. So we want to see what we will hear from him. Good afternoon. And we also have with us Shamar Green, university alumnus in agricultural science. And we know at this stage of Jamaica, we need to focus a bit on the agricultural side of what is happening.
It's actually actuarial.
It's actual there. Oh my God. I've got fix the glasses now. See, the man is a maths genius. The man great on figures.
Hey,
no, CJ, my son, I have to big him up too. He completed his actual science degree there at university as well. Call John George, my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. So Shamar Green, alumna in actual science, and Martin Robinson, journalism major, political science. So we have both of them. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Afternoon. Doing well today.
You're doing well today. Does that mean you weren't doing well yesterday?
Doing a little better today than yesterday.
A little better. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. And you are which of the two, Shamar or Martin?
Shamar.
Yes, Shamar. I was gonna tell you that I am gonna boast because Shamar is family. So Muriel's niece is his mother, which is Marianne. So Marianne and Kevin, and so this is family. I'm very proud of him, and I know most of people are so proud of you, Shamar, Margaret and Mikey, and whole heap of people, because he has just been a focused gentleman, going against the headwinds and swimming upstream when other persons are going other way. Shamar, it's great to see you. Congratulations. Welcome to the mailbox.
Thank you.
So I think we're going to be joined shortly by Martin. Martin, are you here yet? No? All right. Mm-hmm. So I think we're going to do that.
Well, what are we looking forward? What are we looking forward in the show today? As we said, we're trying to talk about breaking gender inequality. What's happening? We're seeing 75% female graduating, 25% men. But I have a feeling we might be focusing on something else a little bit different today. But we're proud of all those who are graduating from University of the West Indies. And Shamar is none other than one of those graduates that has done so. And as Kevin said, really proud of him. Actual science and a baby stuff that we must tell you. And we know that in actual science that usually the job is found even before they have left the university, because the persons come searching for them. And so excellent stuff. And so I'm looking forward to talking with both young men, if we get joined by Martin soon, to hear how was it. And we're going to check on the mental health, we're going to find out if we're all right after all them. So why would someone want to pursue an actual science degree? Why you need so much maths? When CJ was coming to me, after him go through some differential and integration questions, and after I just say, all right, cool, you're a boss. You're up on your own. So we want to hear how it is. I'm looking forward to having discussion with you, Shamar.
Yes, certainly, Courtney. those who are listening, man and man, remember, we want to hear from you. This is your program. Remember, this is where we challenge, encourage, and empower our men. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. You can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line, 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Ladies, remember, you can also participate in the program by leaving us a message via our WhatsApp line or Facebook, YouTube. And ladies, we love you, appreciate you, but please do not call nor leave any voice notes. Leave that to the man them. All right. So this is their space, but please, we appreciate your contribution. Yes, Courtney.
Yeah, man. So everyone, do not move a muscle. Freeze. We will take a break. We'll be right back to hear from these recent university male graduates. This is the mailbox. We'll take a break. Be right back after this.
Yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. Yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man.
We all know we should set aside money for a rainy day. Here are some tips to help build your emergency fund. Don't mix your emergency savings account with any other account. The harder it is to access, the more likely you will be to leave the money there. Set up automatic deposits to keep your contributions consistent. Avoid high-risk investments and consider options like low-risk unit trust funds.
Visit barita.com/opportunities for more growth coach insights.
DIGICEL. First in a class when you have Digicel. School as prime bundle. That's right. With your educational website, make you bright. Head to the top of your class with your first Digicel SIM and a School as prime bundle. Get over 142 gigabytes of data so you can have access to educational sites, social media platforms, Digicel apps, and more for as low as $1,500 for 28 days. Get a School as prime bundle with your first Digicel SIM card. Visit the Digicel store today. DIGICEL.
Life comes at you fast and it can hit hard. Apply for the Credit Union Prepaid MasterCard from C&WJ with chip and PIN protection. Need a card with a personal line of credit for emergencies? We have that. Need a card you can use to shop online for that must-have item? We have that. The community and workers of Jamaica Prepaid MasterCard. All the convenience of a MasterCard. Discover the benefits of belonging.
Hello, I am Kenneth Richards, the Catholic Archbishop of Kingston. I am vaccinated and I encourage all persons to get vaccinated for their own health and for the common good. Some persons are hesitant. However, I invite you to consider what is the best response to the pandemic. The fact is, those who are dying are unvaccinated persons. Support and promote taking the vaccine and follow the supplemental protocols. Do so for personal health, the health of others, as a civic duty, for we are our brothers and sisters' keeper. Amen.
This is a special announcement from Love 101 and Love Television. Our general offices will be closed to the public on Heroes Day, Monday, October 18, and will reopen on Tuesday, October 19 at 8:30 a.m. Programs and commercials for the period Friday, October 15 through to Tuesday, October 19 should be submitted by 12 noon on Thursday, October 14, and obituaries and notices by 1:30 p.m. on the same day to ensure scheduling for broadcast. Love 101 and Love TV wish for you and yours a peaceful and reflective Heroes Day.
Integrity man, I am a man. Man. I am a man, I am a man, I am a man. Yes. Strong man.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the mailbox. We're here live today. We were here just to say to you what's happening today. Kevin, what's happening today?
So we are very, very excited to be doing this special edition as we showcase some of our great men in place, Courtney. We're breaking down gender inequality in higher education. What we're saying You know, they're saying that the man them not doing anything. We want to break down that lie to say, no, we have some integrity men, some strong men, focused men, committed men who are willing to go the extra mile. So let's get straight into our main segment, right? The inbox. Did we do shout out, Courtney? I was
No,
supposed to shout
I'm
out.
gonna shout out to the big man, them yet, man.
Yeah,
Have to
man.
shout out. We can't leave our men who are expecting like a Dwayne Tracy and a Stafford for us to give them a shout out and say, gentlemen,
Yes.
gentlemen, we are here after 3, 2, 3, Monday.
Yeah,
Yo,
man in the place. Is that Martin Robinson? Are you with us?
Yes, I am with you. I'm with you.
Ah,
good to have you,
welcome.
sir. Welcome to the program, The Mailbox. Today we're going to find out why it is important for you to have pursued a higher education. Was it a must for you guys? What was driving you into pursuing higher education? Is there a demand for the area of your study, actual science and political science, journalism? Is gender inequality a serious concern in education? We really want to find that out this afternoon from you, gentlemen. And you
Sorry.
probably become the face of male university graduates for this year because we interviewed you on the mailbox.
So let's go straight into the main segment, the inbox. And remember, man oh man, you can hit us on YouTube and our Facebook page. In an article issued in the Gleaner on February 2021, it was said women comprise less than a third of the total number of professors among 4 of Jamaica's top universities and colleges, a situation labeled unacceptable by leaders of the institutions who admit that structural patriarchy continues to dominate the education establishment. And at the University of the West Indies, the premier institution in the region, only 45 of the 164 professors are women.
Mm,
Whitney.
well, that's an amazing sort of bit of information. Another article read in 2015, the ranking of secondary schools in Jamaica clearly highlights the troubling reality of the inequalities in the education system along gender lines. Of the top 10 best performing schools, according to the percentage of passes in the core subject areas of mathematics and English language in the Caribbean, secondary educational certificate examinations, 7 schools are single sex all girls schools. Research in gender studies reveal that we are not where we ought to be in terms of gender fairness. So today, we're looking at gender inequality in higher education with our male alumni guests, Shamar Green and Martin Robinson. You have both listened to what has just been read, and we will be going into some of that a bit. But before that, we have some discussion points that we want. We want you to tell us about your upbringing. As you said, was there the need to go to tertiary level education? Are you from a single parent home? We want to find that out. Were both parents there for you? Were you born with a golden spoon in your mouth? And if you were born with a golden spoon, did you usually use it to drink soup or you just had it put on? But do you think that a household with just a mother can both negatively and positively impact a man's passion to pursue higher education? And following that, we want to tell us a bit about high school. But Shema, we want to start with you. Tell us a bit about your upbringing. Tell us a bit about your background and, up to high school before you got into university. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I live with both parents actually. I'm very family oriented, so I'm close with mommy, daddy, grandpa, grandma, and I
Cool.
have 2 brothers, so there's no shortage of men in my family.
Yes.
And in terms of going to university, I always had them pushing me to pursue tertiary education, especially grandma, because grandma
Oh,
love education. Yeah.
yes.
So there is no shortage of people pushing me to pursue more.
Humble beginnings, affluent beginnings. Shamar, tell us a bit about that background. Was it from, in Jamaica we like to say uptown, downtown. What was it like
Um,
in growing up?
not uptown, no golden spoon. I don't even live in town. I live kind of far from everything.
Where
So,
is that? Tell us where that is.
it's St. Catherine near Old Harbour.
That's not far. Olaba is
Not
big.
far enough, but it's relatively far when you look at somebody who went
Yes.
to Arden and I go UA, so it's relatively far from
You
school.
went to Arden?
Yeah, yes, I did. Arden High.
Oh, congratulations. Excellent school.
Thank you, thank you.
Excellent school.
Certificate.
Martin, thanks very much, Shama. That was Shama. Martin, tell us a bit about yourself. We want to know. Single parent home, both parents at home, golden spoon in your mouth. Tell us a bit about your household.
Well, it seems as if Shamar and I grew up on different sides of the fence. I can't speak for a golden spoon, more like a plastic one. Growing up for me was very, growing up for me was very unstable. I can't speak towards being experiencing what family oriented is. I lived with my mother for a time. I left there and I went to live with my uncle for a time, and then everything happened so fast until I just had to decide to move out and uh, live on my own. Now, as it relates to going to school, I went to Eltham School because I'm originally from Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Um, and so I cannot see it was a strong educational background to say, oh, I saw this person and that person go to university, and I had strong males in the family that pushed going to university, or strong women. And so it was more of a case where it had to start somewhere. It had to start with someone, and I decided that it will start with me.
Wow, very, very interesting there, Martin. I know we're gonna come back to it because I would love to know, Martin, how did it start with you? Because since you did not see the examples, in your immediate family, and nobody telling you what to do, you move out on your own, going through all that instability. What happened? Where did you get light bulb coming on, or insight, for you to say, oh gosh, I am going to focus on studies and go tertiary institution when there are so many distractions and attractions. Talk to us, because people are listening, Martin, and I'm just wondering how you did that. What happened?
Two key factors I'll attribute, and none of them have anything to do with me. I am not going to praise myself. God is the main factor. In every single thing I do, there are aspects of my life where I don't know how I got to a certain educational milestone, but I'm sure He does. The other factor was you have to be wary of the friends that you keep. I surrounded myself with a lot of traditional town school friends. In particular, I had a Woolmerian friend, still have my good friend named Mark, right? And Mark is always like, you're smart, you're this, you're that. And I had a friend by the name of Kyle who goes to St. George's. And so I just tried to surround myself with males who are from a strong educational background or from schools that ensure that they get educated. And they saw the potential and they were like, hey, don't stop. We see it. We see it. You're going great. Just keep going. And so those were like my pillow growing up until I reached a certain age. And when I went to sixth form, I'm like, okay, Martin, we saw what you could do with CSEC. We saw what your friends brought you up and brought you here. No, the baton is in your hands. And then I never went to Eltham High School sixth form. I went to the Cedar Grove Academy sixth form originally. And when I went there, I noticed that most of the people there were also from town school. So it's just that the environment forced you to want more and to do more.
Thank you, Martin. Quite interesting. Two non-traditional high schools, Eltham High and the Cedar Grove Academy, both in St. Catherine, and we want to also congratulate them on their programs that they're launching. Shamar, tell us a bit. You're hearing a bit of difference in what happened with Martin. You had that support and like that. Was there any time that you felt challenged that even while at Arden High School, this may not have been what you wanted, and you felt a little bit pressured by all those who are around, and you wanted to defect from what was happening? Were there any challenges, or was it that you just said, "Yes, I'm going to do this," and everything was smooth going? Tell us a bit
No,
about.
definitely not. There were challenges. I think everybody faces challenges in education. So, like in sixth form, for example, I hated physics. Like, absolutely hated physics. But then you have uncles sending you physics book for you to do work in. You have parents telling you you need to get better grades. You have friends in the physics classes saying, "All right, come and go study one night. Come and go study one lunchtime. We're going to get better." So the support system helps. I know not everybody might have the family aspect of it, but I think when you go to school, it's really important to find that friendship aspect that will help with it because you're with those people for the majority of the day. So they can have a big impact on how hard the challenges are and how easy they can be.
Wow. Just want our listeners to know we are having a stimulating conversation. Two brilliant young men, Shamar Green and Martin Robinson, and they're sharing their respective journeys, just different ways. But here they are graduating from tertiary institution in different fields. Martin, for you, did you foresee yourself where you are right now as a little boy, or what other passion you had? What was your dream career path and thing like that? And is it in line with where you are right now, Martin?
In all honesty, growing up, I can't say I had passion. I can't say there was a particular career I saw myself in. I can't say I even saw myself going to university. I think I saw myself going to UA when I was about in grade 11, to be honest. As I said, that support wasn't there. So it's like, okay, you see everybody just work and average 9 to 5. This is about to be your life, and this is about what? This is what you're about to do. It's like, oh, you're about to be another person who just finished high school, you didn't go to sixth form, and you didn't go to university. So it was actually when I was about in grade 10, 11, I noticed that there is more to life. And I said, okay, we see the sixth form that we're going to go to, Martin, so let's do it. Right? And then when I got to sixth form, I saw my friends signing up for university. And I remember I saw Carmack once, and I'm like, I want to be a journalist because BBC looks cool. And so that's how we ended up there for starters.
Thanks very much, Martin. Shamar, in a minute or two before we go to a break, tell us, how did you get to choose your career path? And is it that, you need to find this out from a young age? But how did you get to choose your career path into actually saying for university, actuarial science? Or did you find out when you got to university? Or was it something you chose while you were at Arden?
Well, really, it's because of, grade 9, I had a math teacher who was like, "You're good at math, so I'm going to sign you up to do math in grade 10." And then in grade 10, I had a male math teacher, Mr. Hendricks, and he was very pivotal in me developing into becoming better at math. And then it was just, from there, it was just math, math, math. And then sixth form, I was like, okay, what can I do at UA or a university that is related to math? And then I'm researching, I'm looking at actual science, and then that's basically what happened. But not everybody can realize in sixth form or grade 10. Some people realize after they graduate that, oh, they want to do something else. Sometimes it's all about finding your purpose. You have to go through certain experiences to find out what best fits you or what you like.
Kevin,
Brilliant.
quite interesting, don't it? We're talking to Martin Robinson and Shamar Green this afternoon. Two brilliant young men, one in political science and journalism, that's Martin, and the other Shamar, actuarial science. We're hearing a bit about their lives and their background. We want you to join us and call someone to join us, especially some young men. We're talking about males in tertiary education, and we want to encourage them. We want to take a break, and we're going to come right back after this break.
I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man.
Make the time 6 o'clock.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man, man. I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man.
Since the start of this year, the National Children's Registry has received almost 7,000 reports of child abuse. These include sexual, physical, emotional, and neglect. It is time to start protecting our children. If you know something isn't right, make the call. Report child abuse. Call 211.
This is a special announcement from Love 101 and Love Television. Our general offices will be closed to the public on Heroes Day, Monday, October 18, and will reopen on Tuesday, October 19 at 8:30 a.m. Programs and commercials for the period Friday, October 15 through to Tuesday, October 19 should be submitted by 12 noon on Thursday, October 14, and obituaries and notices by 1:30 p.m. on the same day to ensure scheduling for broadcast. Love 101 and Love TV wish for you and yours a peaceful and reflective Heroes Day.
Yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man, I am a man, yes.
Welcome
Strong
back here.
man. Yeah. Well, man in the place, Courtney.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, man from Martin Point in the Grill. We've been having great conversation with Shamar Green and Martin Robinson, two really very important young men. But we have a thing called favorite folder, and Shamar and Martin, we're gonna ask your perspective on this petty topic. There's no right or wrong answer, but because you're brilliant men, we're gonna ask you to give us a perspective on this. So, listeners, you too can try. Of course, this is our favorite folder, and we're looking at who pays for the meal on the first date. You are carried out a nice young lady on the first date. Tell us, Shamar, want to start with you. Who is supposed to pay for the first date? And whether you are working or not working, or etc., pocket long or short. But Shamar, who is to pay for the first date and why? Tell us, Shamar.
Well, right now I'm not working.
Yes.
I just believe that the male should pay for the first date. If it's a second date now, you kind of understand each other's situation. Maybe when you can go half and half. But first dates, I think the man should pay for it.
Oh.
Well, Martin, let's hear your perspective. Shamar just said on the first date, a man, but after understanding, it sounds like mutual sharing. Yeah. I want to hear your perspective on that one. Martin, are you here with us? We seem not to be hearing Martin. So Shamar, I want to ask, put a question to you. Why not on the first date, seeing that you're not knowing, you share, and then afterwards you ensure so that is you pay all the time?
Why not share on the first date, is it?
Yes.
Well, most of the time is the male kind of starting the conversation of going on a date. So the onus is kind of on you. You invite somebody out to go somewhere, then you must can cover it the first time. And the second time, whatever can happen, but first time you must can cover it. You are the one initiating, so yeah.
I like to ask a hard question. And suppose that she asks you out for the date.
Well, then you have to make sure her purse have money.
I particularly like the fact, Shamar, that when you are inviting her out, that you believe it's your responsibility. When I like to hear that, because it means that all women are in good good hands, and we want that to be replicated among our young men. Just to think of of making that sacrifice and preparation. If you're inviting the man good daughter out on a date, you must make sure at least that you can buy the first patty, or the first turkey neck. I mean, afterwards, no, you can share the Dutch or so. Is Martin here?
Martin
Okay,
is back with
guess
us.
guess we're gonna try get back Martin. I don't think
I
so.
see we have lost Martin for a
What
bit.
Courtney, you were saying?
No,
Yeah,
no,
you're
I,
saying
I, I was, I
if it's a
was, I was going
female.
to play a sort of advocate that I really shouldn't. I know Kevin referred to the favorite folder as petty, but we might find it's a little bit more serious than we think. Um, who pays? So what though? What though? Do you believe probably if you should go out on a first date to spend if both of you are not working? What happens if both of you are going to 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 high school? You're in sixth form at Arden, and there's another, and you said to daddy we should go. So you're going to get the money from the parent, and if it's a girl that invite you out, should you walk with vex money or should the girl always walk with vex money? I'm just being troublesome right now.
I always work with Vex money. Anything can happen.
What? Men walk with vex money? All right.
Can't go broke, and then suppose you're upset and you have to wash plates because she gone. So make sure you have liquor money.
I love
You
the
prepare
answer. I
yourself,
love the answer, Shabbat.
Always
am
just prepared.
I am thinking. Yes, Shamar. Yeah, Shamar, you're saying something.
No, I was just saying always be prepared.
All right, no. Okay, always be prepared. No, I'm just saying that would it be if you can't pay for a first date, then maybe you're not ready for a date. And maybe you should call it a trip or a walk or go and do some just to make a walk or something like that.
Go hold hands.
Or we go to do some voluntary work. But don't call it date then, because it coming like you're not really ready for date. Date is supposed to be a special thing where a person feel like they are being treated and feel special and treasured. So no, call it something else. Like maybe go to a soup kitchen, or you go and jog or walk, or you meet at church, but call it something else. I'm wondering, maybe that's what, until you can save up your lunch money, or you
Yeah.
do some chores or something like that, because that also help the man, boy to men, to develop discipline, stewards of money, financial management, and all of that sort of thing. I think that would be a good thing. So you are prepared to take the lady out for a date. Just train that in the mix. So I think that's our favorite folder. Of course, those who are listening, who pays for the meal on the first date? Well, man said the ladies them say by liberation time, and therefore them can pay. So nothing to it. But you can give us your perspective on that, right? So leave your comments via our WhatsApp line 876-997-3125, or you can give us a call. You can give us a call right now on our studio lines 876-968-8327, and it goes to 8. That's 968-8327 to 8. And you join us on Facebook or on YouTube.
Excellent.
Yep.
And just before we went into our favorite folders, we were really grilling our two gentlemen, Martin Robinson, political science and journalism graduate. That's his key areas of study, and Shamar, actuarial science. Two alumni graduates of the University of the West Indies, both from different backgrounds, Eltham High and Arden High. And so we want to go a little deeper into talking with them this afternoon. We got some information before, but would you have chosen something else if education wasn't so important, or would you have decided to choose this path? What happened with some of our young men after leaving high school? They feel they need to go out and work because they might be the only support at home, or they feel that it's mom alone and they need to help her. What would have been your position if that was your case, or would you have delayed and still tried to go to the university or pursue both? What would have been your focus if you were in a situation like that? And how would you encourage someone who may be in a situation like that? How should they move forward? Shamar, I'm not sure if we still have Martin, but Shamar, go ahead.
Okay, well, I believe tertiary education is important, but at the same time, it's kind of expensive and it's not for everybody. But then you also have other alternatives. You have people that work in a company from very, very entry level and they can make it to mid manager level, go to school. But then you also have people who learn trades, people who become barbers, who do woodwork. I think there's a lot of alternatives that are available to people. It's just a matter of researching, but also having mentors per se who you can look and say, all right, he became a barber, he's successful, he has multiple shops, he has a line of this product or whatever. So it's not always tertiary education is good, but it's not always the right path for everybody given their situation. So I would encourage them to look elsewhere, look for different opportunities, call different places. You never know what might happen or what opportunities are available. Martin is back.
Okay. Thank you, Shamar. Martin, you're back with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, great. Welcome back. Martin, you shared some things about your life. I wanted just to get your pick. Do you think that all our men can be successful no matter where you come from? And in your mix, you're not going to a traditional high school. How did you feel? Some persons believe that there is an inferiority complex faced by many students when they don't get into traditional high schools. It can affect their self-esteem, how they feel about themselves, and work against their own progress. Did you have to counteract that? Are you seeing aspects of that? And how? What advice would you give to young men who find themselves in a similar situation, Martin?
Well, for starters, I mean, even right here, it's evident. Shamar is from a stable background. I'm not. But the fact that we are both on an interview as Smart University graduates, it shows that no matter whether it's stable or unstable, the potential is there for everyone to make it. And it's though part of it is up to your support group, a large part of it is also up to you. So as it relates now to not going to a traditional high school and going to a non-traditional high school, I can say it was a bit difficult. Why? Because there's a constant pressure and a sense of how people tend to look down on us as schools from Spanish Town or just a non-traditional school overall, and we're told that a particular school is smart and whatever, and sometimes the ranking does show that this is true. But at the same time, I'll tell you this much. From my experience, you will realize that you and some of these people are on the same level at a part in life. It's just that some of us are late bloomers. But blooming late does not equal to blooming none at all, right? So I firmly believe that it's up to every man or every boy. It's just the mindset that you have. It's something that I had to overcome to not feel inferior within myself, or just go to school down the road and whatever, and you're schooling at the ghetto and all type of stuff people would see. But you, as I said, you just have to know what you want, because people are always going to have something to say. But as a man, it's very important for you to have a mind of your own.
Thank you very much, Martin. A perspective just came to my mind that even when we think about the majority of our boys, high schools in Jamaica, Kevin, it just clicked to me. The majority of them are downtown in ghetto areas, and yet still they are some of the best traditional high school. Wolmer's is at Tarleton Bridge, Kingston College, St. George's, all in that area of downtown Kingston. Yet, we need to rise to the occasion. So you were helped by those around you, Shamar. You were encouraged by those around you who continually you could see what they did and know what they did.
Can I
No,
add to something Martin said?
sure.
It's all about what you make of it, because there are people who go to traditional high schools and they don't, I don't want to say it, but they don't turn out to nothing. But then you have people who go to non-traditional high schools, and because they're aware of their deficits, what they don't have, they push even further to be better, look for different scholarships, look for different opportunities to go to school.
Excellent point, Shamar. Excellent point. It acts as an inspiration. I can think of the late well, is he late? Dr. Escoffre that attended Kingston College, come from a poor background. He had to study under the street light. There was no electricity in his house in Kingston, and he went and studied under the street lights. And he's Dr. Escoffre. So your background can act either as a deterrent or as inspiration to move. So the mindset is very, very important. You both are in university and you were there at the time of COVID-19. How did this impact your studies? How did this impact your mental health? We're in Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to hear from you both, especially to those who are still in university. We have restarted a new semester, and we're still in the throes of COVID-19. How did you overcome? How did you get past that challenging situation to be called graduates of the University of the West Indies? Martin, let's start with you.
I'll tell you something that I heard once, and it's one of the key things I've come to learn, that discipline is far more important than motivation. Being at home and studying from home, there is no motivation. You're literally by yourself in front of a screen. Your friends aren't there. The atmosphere feels weird because the teacher is behind the screen. The screen, the Wi-Fi is sometimes lagging. It's making you unfocused. It's making you annoyed. You want to come off, go and watch a series, go on social media, do everything except. And sometimes you leave the recording there to pile up and you watch them later. But it's not the same form of interaction, because the closest communication you have with your friends is through a WhatsApp group, right? And it hurts. Personally, to me, it hurts because you were literally cut off from people you were walking side by side. None of us knew we were going to be in this so long that we would be graduating online. We thought this would have wrapped up in a month. And so to know that we saw our friends today and then we don't see them anymore, it really cut many of us deep. But we had to understand that the mission continues. We weren't motivated, but we had to have the discipline to push on, to understand that, okay, I may not feel like it right now, but I still need to get this degree. This is actually money being spent, so I need to get it, right?
Oh, very, very interesting. Thank you, Martin, for that. Shamar, how did you manage, mentally, COVID, unprecedented change in the world, and yet you still pursued and coming out, finishing your studies? How did you do it? What happened in your brain cells? Tell us a little bit how you maintain that in order to keep your focus.
Well, for me, at the onset of COVID, I was living on hall, so I was constantly around people, waking up early to go to class, that usual face to face. And when COVID started, I was like, okay, in 2 weeks, it will be over. 2 weeks past, it's not over. In 2 months, it'll be over. And now it's near close to 2 years. Yeah, so at the start of it, it's kind of hard to go to online classes. When you know your bed is right there, you can sleep and watch a recording later. thanks to my friends, I know Daniel and Savannah are listening right now. It takes a good friend group, a good I don't know the word I'm looking for. Let's call it a team, support system.
Support.
So yeah, to help you, because you can't always go class. So you have friends that go class, friends that say, okay, this is due when, this is due then. You have this graded assessment that usually, if you're face to face, you could meet with your friend and say, oh, how you do this question? No, you're sending pictures. You're saying, okay, I did this one like this. Do you think it's right? It takes an adjustment. And just like how the lecturers had to adjust, not everybody is technologically inclined. The students have to be technologically inclined as well. People don't have good Wi-Fi, people in and out of classes. And so it's really hard for some people. Not everybody made it through that COVID transition. I'm grateful that I did, thanks to God, my family, my friends, and my Wi-Fi. So yeah.
How important, Shamar, was there for an accountability group? We hear about WhatsApp group, but do that really work? Because how important, especially for us men in tertiary education, how important is accountability in playing its role in being successful? I love something that Martin said. Discipline is something that is key to succeeding in a time like this. How important is accountability? Were there those you were accountable during this period? You said you were on hall. How important is accountability?
Very important, because you sort of kind of relying on that support system to always be like, you have that homework, class starts in 5 minutes, class already starts and they're asking for you. But at some point you have to say to yourself, this is my degree, this is not my friend degree, this is my degree. So I need to make a Google calendar or have my physical calendar write up, okay, I have class this time, class that time. Set alarms on my phone, set alarms for my exam, make sure I've studied 2 weeks prior. I I have to be responsible for myself. That I know this is for me. Money is being spent, as Martin said. So I need to buckle my belt and do my work.
Some serious discipline and accountability. I know we're almost coming to the end of the program, and so Martin, with your answer to where do you go from here as well? What is it that you have in your head, the dreams and the plans, and anything about that, and also just to share a word of wisdom to our young men listening as well. What would you say to them to help them to focus or refocus and to make something of themselves? But your sights now, where do you go from here, graduating, really doing a fantastic work here? But next step, Martin, share a little bit about that.
Well, an interesting factor. I'm not in the field of journalism, but I'm still in media because I found marketing and entrepreneurship to be a passion. So now I'm working as a marketing research officer, and I'm also a marketing entrepreneur. So that's where I see my life heading, in deep entrepreneurship. Running several businesses in the academic and marketing arena. I don't see myself working on 9 to 5 forever, to be very honest. As it relates to dropping wisdom, though, I'll say this much. A lot of people like to hold themselves accountable. This is to all young men. It's important to hold yourself accountable, for real, for real. It's important when you can say to yourself, it's a part of your manhood, when you can say to yourself, I'm not deal with the thing right. I'm not operate like how I'm supposed to operate. It's important to acknowledge when you notice that you are falling off. Because if you keep on running around as if you didn't fall off and you keep on hiding it with stuff and not getting the actual work done, because we all have excuses. There's an excuse every day, right? You will never get anywhere. So the accountability is important, but also remember that with accountability comes the action afterwards. It's one thing when you can say to yourself, so I need to be disciplined and I need to focus more. It's another thing when you can actually have a strategy. As young men, it's important to be strategic. It's important to forecast things, meaning you need to be able to have some form of prediction skills, looking ahead to see this is how I'm going to move forward, having the discipline to actually stick to the plan. Waste friend, it now go cut it. You'll realize that these people begin to fade away as you go higher in life. Be mindful of the company that you keep. Everybody around you in some form of way, whether it's through physical, tangible, or intangible support, they must be contributing to you somewhat. So if you need tonight to reevaluate your circle, please do so. Because remember, it's your life. Don't look at where you are now. Look at where you want to be in the next 10, 20, 30 to 40 years. That's my advice.
Talk about wisdom. Speak about wisdom. Kevin, you know what intrigued me about what Martin just said? He spoke earlier and said, he didn't have passion, but we hear him talking about a passion for marketing and marketing research. Shamar, it's your turn. Tell us a bit about your whole idea beyond this. What next? What's happening? And a big advice to young men out there as we get ready to close.
Well, I recently finished an internship at Scotia, and now I'm, seeking full-time employment. In the future, I see myself doing some actuarial exams, doing my master's, and just developing not just professionally but holistically. Advice for young men: not a lot of people will want to see you make it. They'll see the way you dress, the people you hang out with, how you operate, and not want the best for you. But as Martin said about accountability, it's up to you to decide, okay, I want to know that when I get my monthly pay, I don't want to have to be living month to month, month to month, month to month. Can't feed my family, can't take care of my mom, can't do all of those stuff. You have to look at yourself and say, all right, I want better for myself. So I'm going to go to a heart academy. I'm going to do a couple courses. I'm going to try and develop myself to do better, to be better, and basically just have pride, have that drive to be something, to do something, and along the way, maybe you can inspire somebody to be like you or be better.
That's Shamar Green there, and early on Martin Robinson. Courtney, just really very inspiring. I feel empowered and very proud of these two gentlemen, and because I claim in family with Shamar because I'm relative, just want to big up the families, and the relatives and the friends that they speak of, the support system. So yes. This is something we're challenging our boys to men from Moran Point to Negril. Birds of a feather flock together, and so you want to be careful of your association. It's amazing. I heard that they said that you're the average of the 5 closest person that you befriend. Health, wealth, and happiness. So you want to make sure that you look at that. Courtney.
Kevin, I too have been inspired by these two brilliant young men from two differing backgrounds, but yet ending up in one direction, focusing to a goal and an end of ensuring that their own lives be accountable, not only to themselves, not only to friends, but to God, and ensure that they are moving forward. Gentlemen, when you're getting married, call Kevin and I. We want to be there. So that we want to be there. It's our pleasure having you. And so we just want to say thanks to our producer, Tony K. Brownfield, and to Nissan Williams for technical support. Our guests, Shamar Green and Martin Robinson. You have both been inspirational this evening, and I'm hoping the young men who have listened are also blessed by you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
This was the program. Yeah, thanks, gentlemen. This program designed for men with guests who are men and hosted by Kevin Bailey and Courtney Morrison. So until next week, same place, same time, inside the mailbox, we normally stay, Courtney.
Monday.
So Monday.
I the wrong man you're identifying studio, man. This is Rashid, Pastor Courtney.
Rashid is you. This is why you must show your face, sir. We would know that is you. As far as we know, his son is here. Bless you, Rashid. It's good to have you, my friend.
All right, blessings. We'll talk soon. All right. Thank you so much
Bless
for
you.
listening to the mailbox.
Yes, strong man.